Hello there, greetings. This is Mars Shugali, and this is yet another episode of Coding with Agents, or the longer version, um, Culture Coding with Agents. All right. So thank you very much for being here, and this is just like many other episodes so far. I think that the episodes are a series of reflections, a series of wait, apologies. The season, right? The season is coding with agents, and the season is a series of episodes. And at some point, I know that I'm going to refactor this, right? This is going to have an end, and that's going to be the end of the season, right? And but that's it. So far, what we do is to expose the routine of a builder developer, trying to capture thoughts, things that goes on in your head as you are going through these days. I think it's very important. Later on, maybe from these videos, I could capture something from there interesting, process the audios from here, right? Maybe many patterns there can be abstracted to support collaborating in this new world where we are building with agents through the AI agentic days. Okay, I in this week I kept saying, keep if you can check out the work of the late Professor Walter Fisher, who wrote the book Human Communication as Narration. Okay, I think I really enjoy what he did because he talks about the idea of the narrative paradigm coming first, then the rational paradigm on top. Okay, so it's communication narratives as the base layer. It's how the human works, and that model is very interesting. And I think through these AI days, we need to pay attention to that work. It's one way of looking. All right. Now, this session, all right, I'm updating the system, the visual system that I'm using here, with the camera, with the webcam inside this triangle view, and and the thing that does this 3D effect that I really enjoy. I call it production value. See, like production value, right? Uh, Production value. It's nice, right? And and but I see there are things in there that I want to update. And one thing that I keep seeing now, all right, is that small updates are happening in systems with the help of agents. But I'm thinking that the role, if we think about a role, what's the role that is happening here? Is that no, no like wearing a costume sometimes? Um, I don't know. It's something. It's I'm thinking that is what you see is the chief operation officer. It seems like arranging things, organizing your home, organizing the factory, organizing the restaurant, the coffee place, sort of thing. So because I keep it, it is happening more and more that when I you do a quick update to a system, like let's do an arrangement here, and then you were like 15 or 30 minutes. If something is better, in some cases, right? It could be for better or worse. It's not the point, right? You have other meetings for that. That right? Management and conscious about management and the OKR or objectives and key results. That's a different kind of session. But throughout these sessions, I keep saying reorganizing and refactoring some of the systems quickly, maybe, and using user interfaces for that. Okay, user interfaces to capture arrangements of chained actions and or flow, like this. If something happens, this happens, sort of thing, maybe, right? Okay, now, so I'm going to code to do an update to the system. You see that when I do this visual effect, just so, for example, when I tap on the right hand side, the zoom and the 3D should happen going towards, right, the this how do I wait, yeah, towards there, right? um in you see the scroll bars there. I don't like the scroll bars. So today I'm gonna try to get rid of the scrubbers. Now, before the session, I got in trouble because you see my visual code there. This window is shifted towards the. I can't drag this window, and I don't know how to drag the window to bring here. Right? So let me start by asking help with a colleague here. And this, by the way, this one is ChatGPT plus normal. Hello there, buddy. How are you? Could you help me to? I know I need to drag a window that is shifted towards towards the right hand side of the screen. I want to grab it and drag to the center. I don't know how I did that.
Hey there, absolutely, I can help you out. If you've got a window that's stuck off to the right and you just can't grab it, there's a little trick. Usually you can try selecting that window and then pressing a keyboard shortcut like Alt space and then the letter M, which should let you move the window with your arrow keys so you can nudge it back to the center that way. Give that a shot and let me know if that works.
Alt space did open in my setting, which is a keyboard mechanical. Alt macro space M. Open a ChatGPT window, but let me try FN space M. Woo! Everything minimized.
Oh, got it. Yeah, sometimes those shortcuts do funny things if you have custom macros or different keyboard settings. No worries. Another easy approach is just right clicking the Windows icon on your taskbar if you see it there and choosing Move. After you do that, you can use your arrow keys to bring it back on screen. So, just another little workaround if the keyboard shortcut's acting up.
Right click here, then move. Right click the window icon.
Exactly, you got it. Just right click the Windows icon down on your taskbar and then choose Move. Once you do that, you can use your arrow keys to nudge the window back into view. It's a neat little trick, and hopefully that will solve it for you.
Well, I see there I have
Yeah.
installed apps, device manage, network connections. There's nothing like move there, you know?
Ah, gotcha. If you're seeing something like device manager or network connections instead, it might mean we're not quite on the right icon. Just to clarify, you'll want to right click on the actual apps icon on your taskbar at the bottom of your screen, basically the little icon that represents the window you're trying to move. Once you do that, you should see a move option in the context menu. If it's still being tricky, just let me know and we'll figure it out together.
It's a visual code icon. Should I right click on top of that icon? Give me something else.
Yes, exactly. If it's Visual Studio Code and you see its icon down on your taskbar, go ahead and right click on that icon itself. That should give you a menu, and from there you can look for the move option if it's available. Once you select move, you can use your arrow keys to nudge the window back where we want it. Let me know how that works.
Nah, no, man. No, 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 no.
No worries. Sometimes these things can be a bit stubborn. If that menu isn't giving you the move option or it's still not behaving, another trick you can try is using your Windows key and the arrow keys. So you can press the Windows key plus the left or right arrow, and that might snap the window to one side of the screen and kind of bring it back into view. Give that a shot, and we'll see if that helps.
Oh, wait, yeah. The FN key with the upper key brought the whole window to maximize.
Awesome, I'm glad that worked. Sometimes those function keys are lifesavers. So now that it's maximized, you should be able to just resize it or move it around however you like. Glad we got it sorted out.
Yeah, thank you so much. Okay, all right, thank you. Okay, I know that this session had this whole thing before, but let's pay attention to that phenomenon, right? Talking with a colleague on the phone. Can you help me here? Right. Okay. So I'm documenting that, right? From some point, right, before to this point, uh, we had that. Now I think we are shifting, right? Um, now we are shifting the moment. Okay, all right. So I'm here with the visual code, and I see my webcam change the color to red after I showed a mobile green, light blue case to the webcam. That's all right. We shifted the moment anyway. All right. So now let us then work in this session. Okay. Okay. We do have a project here under the public. It's content. Actually, yeah, SRC content. It's cockpit V6. Let us update to V7, and I do want to fix fact the fact that scroll bars appear on the appear X and Y. I since this is a deck screencasting casting, it should be better without those. Okay, now that is one thing. Please document our changes after change to a memo, readme memo, November 2025, November 29 underscore 100 and underscore no scrolls MD. By the way, the case for this comes from the situation when I do the zooming effect, the zooming 3D effect, with the click shift option, shopping. Okay, so oops, changed my keyboard. Okay, so I like the zoom, and of course that zoom changes the whole canvas visual, but if possible, no scroll bars, right? Okay, now that is 100. For 110, uh, uh, let's do that first, right? Okay, because then we can think here, reason. Now the change 110 that I'm thinking doing is this. I was thinking today, this is the thing about the chief operation officers. Like, let's do some arrangements. I'm using this every day, right? Why not to improve this visual system for screencasting? And that's the phenomenon to pay attention here because from ages, I think we have a kind of an inclination there. Myself, I consider part of the people that suffers with that, which is an inclination to reinvent the wheel, right? Especially when there is a wheel. And then why? What is that, right? What is reinventing the wheel when there is a wheel? And I think it's because it's probably related with the concept of user innovation. That just crossed my head right now, that thinking. And here I'm referring to the work of the professor Eric von Hippel from MIT, the guy who invented user innovation, or actually claimed that the phenomenon exists, and it's important to give a name to the phenomenon because that's a phenomenon in first place. Is user innovation is around us, as he would say. So thank you very much to Professor Eric von Hippel and his colleagues who are advancing with the ideas around user innovation. Because in general, what's going on with the idea of user innovation is it comes from the manipulation. It comes from using it. that you have these ideas to solve your own problems because you're living the experiences firsthand. That's user innovation. And the thing about reinventing the wheel in some circumstances, I think it overlaps with the idea of user innovation. And if not, because there are legit cases of reinventing the wheel for no reason, I guess, or for maybe the cases that we can use the jargon there and in the negative view, right? You're reinventing the wheel as in to blame the person that something is wrong. But wait a minute, in some cases you're just modifying the wheel, you're improving the wheel, right? And that's in some circumstances you need to reinvent because you need to pull it back. And now with the agents you can actually ask quickly for bringing me the whole wheel in a different way, right? That's another point. So then going back to the code, because the code seems to be ready. Now we have cockpit v7 with probably the okay, you're gonna see, I'm gonna go away and come back, okay? All right, there we are. Okay, now yes, we don't have the scroll bars anymore there, right? That's nice. So that's, it could be the end of the session. Maybe it's better. Or I could go on and do one more edit. But I think, I discussed some philosophical aspects already, and it in terms of the improvement to the system, we do have what seems to be an achievement here. Should we look at the code at least to see the modifications? I did edit one file that it's not needed at all, this rack sample. And so I'm focusing in the case of the cockpit v7, and basically the change there seems to be that it removed the height, it changed the name, overflow hidden to the body. That's mainly it, I guess, right? That's it. Okay, so I'm gonna close this session because I always like to celebrate the idea of you leave the party when you're not causing trouble, when things are okay, right? You celebrate, go away, go home, and don't cause trouble in the bar. That's it. Thank you very much for being here. Have a good day.